Hi, hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ashiata. My name is Ayodele Ashiata Kadiri, and if you're just coming here for the first time, this is a channel for young professionals. Just for us to grow together, learn together, bloom together. I'm not really trying to, what's the word now? I'm not really trying to teach any lessons. I'm just documenting basically, and if you have any lessons that you can pick one, like, from my story, please feel free to do that. So this is the check-in for the quarter from, what's the quarter again? July, August, September, right? So the quarter starts in July 2024 and the quarter ending September 2024. Today is Independence Day, first of all. I'm in Nigeria, so today is Nigeria's Independence Day. We got liberated from the British colonization, I believe, on October 1st, 1960. So it's a very big milestone for us. But if you've been following Nigeria in the news in the past, how many months, past years actually, things have really been, I like to say, a little too much. But we are where we are, and grateful to God for that. So just checking in for this quarter. Let me first of all report myself. I started this quarter thinking I was going to have my vision board, have everything I was going to do. I went for my friends, my friend organized a thinking book camp. I got everything down to a part, but I didn't go back to do my vision board. Yeah, that's it too. That's really so in terms of like just being, and what I said I was going to do was to just be consistent this quarter, but I don't think that I have been very, very consistent. But anyway, by now we go again. So this quarter is we go again quarter for me. But I just want to talk about three things that that really, really marked my July to September 2024. And I would say the first thing is, my birthday. So my birthday was September 27. I added another year. Grateful to God. So literally I'm in my new year. So I think one thing I just realized was, at the end of the day, I just really wanted a very quiet birthday. I didn't really want anybody, I didn't want to have any celebrations or anything. Not because I'm not grateful, far from it. I'm actually very, very grateful, but it was, I don't know, I just felt very, very solemn and just very solemn, because generally birthdays for me are a moment of reflection. One of my greatest birthday celebration was the time, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where I took a day off of work and then went to Landmark. That was before Landmark was demolished, right? Went to Landmark Beach. It was on a weekday. There was literally nobody on the beach. I was just reflecting on my life, praying. After that, I took myself to the cinema to go and watch a movie. I was the only person in the cinema. Like, I was like, oh, I don't see why people rent out cinemas. Like, it's so nice. So it was a very, so I think from that time I just kind of keyed into it. So, and I realized that this is actually me. Having people around. I'm not saying I'm not great for people, don't get me wrong, but I just realized that I really, really am that kind of person that is very, very low-key. I didn't even post anything on my WhatsApp, nothing. Just wanted to be quiet, and I think it was just learning another aspect of my life. So yeah, I think the thing was like learning something else about me. So I think that one of the things that really marked my should I say my adulthood is that I'm finding out new things about myself, and I'm enjoying it. If anybody told me that I would like coffee, my friends, people that know me that my name is sugar. Like, anything sweet, anything sugar. But why would I take black coffee? Why would I take, like, I could drink tea bags upon tea bags upon tea bags. No milk, nothing, no sugar, no honey, nothing, black. So it's just leaning into this side of me. I'm like, okay, so that's the first thing. So it was just, again, just kind of confirmed something that I'm just you're actually a very interesting person. There's all that layer to me that I didn't realize that I had. So I think so I'm not under, like, I wasn't under the impression. People were like, oh, what are you going to do for us? And I'm like, you guys, I don't want to do anything. And I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm not doing something right, because that's actually, like, at my very core, I realized that I'm that kind of person. So I mean, I think it's really liberating. I don't see that I have to prove anything to anybody. I don't think that I have to do any photo shoots. Photo shoots are nice, they're very lovely, you look very beautiful in them and all that, but you know, I'm not pressured at all. So I think that's the lesson, that's really the learning point, is that just lean into yourself and you find out, like, I'm just very interested. I'm find myself so interested. I'm like, oh, so I am all these things, I'm all about this, and that's really nice. So I'm trying to get my notes, but the problem is the notes are not noting. So I mean, so that was the first thing, my birthday. And I think the second thing I just really wanted to speak about was, so I guess one thing that also fed into my birthday being very quiet really was because I had like a very tough week at work at that period. You know, I had a really really tough week. It was a little too much, you know, and I was like, nah, you know. But I had that, you know, it was good that I also had that kind of reflection to say, do I want this to mark or determine how I celebrate my birthday? Not really, but I feel like it also kind of reinforced it. I didn't like that, but I just couldn't bring myself out of it really, because I was just not in a very good mood. It was, I mean, grateful and all that, but you know, things just get to you. I feel like I like to think that I have a thick skin, but I realize now that I may be a little bit like, okay, let's moving on. But I think deep down, I'm just a really soft person, very soft, very soft, and things do actually get to me. So I was just really trying to be very objective, and you know, but I knew that maybe if all those things hadn't happened that week, maybe I would have done one or two things differently for my birthday. But still, I remember that what I just wanted a quiet, silent birthday. But no. So that's the second thing really, that things do actually get to you. You may be strong, you may be resilient, but there are days, there are really days when you're like, no, like I like, and my friend would say I have reached my saturation point. Like, absolutely no, like no, I'm actually at my saturation point, and I recognize that. But one thing I think I learned is that I was very grateful about it. So even people around me didn't really, you know how these things just hit you and it spills over, right? It spills over into the next person, and you're like, you know, people just feel, oh, she had a bad day, pardon. But I like the fact that I was able to manage it. Like, if I didn't tell you that this was what was going on, you probably would not have known that I was having a bad day. So I like the fact that people around me did not bear the brunt of my emotional pain, because I was in serious pain, really serious pain. So I mean, that's it for me. Those are the two things. I don't think I really have anything to add, but I'm just trying to stay consistent this quarter. I'm not trying to do too much. Okay, so let me add the third thing. I remember that, and seriously, it really still flows from me saying, let me lean into myself, right? Like I'm loving these layers I'm saying. So but just to recap, so the first thing is that, you know, my birthday came. So let me just recap if I say the last thing, because you know I like to give recap. So should I recap later? Okay, let's just continue for now, then I'll recap later. So the third thing I wanted to talk about, and it still really flows from what I would like to say, like just unraveling the layers of this person called Ayodele Kadiri, right? So I remember I was having a conversation with my friend, and I was saying, oh, like how I was looking at my diary that I wrote 2018 and things I wanted to do. It sounded so lofty, so big, you know, wanted to do this, wanted to do that, involving like maybe 3 or 4 countries, certainly being global and international. And now what I just want to do, some days when I just want to do is I come back home, I just want to press my keyboard and practice my keyboard. I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm learning to play the keyboard, right? I mean, from YouTube. It's not like I'm having classes. I don't think if I paid for classes, I would not attend, and I'm sure that person that was teaching me would be so upset with me. I don't really have the time, but I feel like YouTube gives me that unstructured thing to learn. So I feel like things have changed. Like, the things that I really want now are different. And to be fair, it's not like, so I mean, two things. The first thing is that maybe these things change because I tried so hard to get those other things, and it didn't work out. Like, at a point I told myself, like, look, God, I mean, I'm a child of God. God is not wicked. God is not incapable, right? Why are all these things not just coming into place? So, you know, I took it as an invitation from God to maybe look at other things around me and just see, you know, maybe I was fixating on the wrong, because I am a Christian, and I really believe that I mean, my mantra in life, or the way I live my life, is that my life belongs to God. And every time before I take any step, or in the course of taking any step, I like to say, God, if this is not you, you have my permission, scatter it. Like, just make sure that this thing doesn't work out. And I found that one of the prayers I've been praying more recently is to tell God that, God, if this is not part of what you want for my life, let me never desire it. Let me not even know that it exists. Like, if it's not what you want me to do, let me not know it. Let me not have heard about it. Let me not think it. Let me not conceive it. I don't even want to chase it. I don't want to desire it. You know. So back to this ambition, I was there just thinking about, like, maybe, and you know, I kept asking myself, maybe have I become less ambitious? You know, some things just happen. I'm just like, I can't be bothered. You know. So, but again, it's just because I just feel like I'm this person that has all these lofty dreams, all these lofty things, and just wanting to chase everything. And I remember telling my friend that, look, it looks like I don't have any project at the moment, because I always have something doing. You know, 2021 I was writing my book, 2022, and I'm sure if you've heard me talk about it before, if not. But I just always have something doing. If it's not in church, it's at work, it's not at work, there's just something. So this time around, it's just work is a little bit full on my plate. And to be fair, I realize I don't like the fact that I don't ever like when I work Saturdays, Sundays. It gets to me, and I'm like, it shouldn't be so. Anyway, so, but this is what I'm saying, right? And it still just boils down to just finding out things about yourself. If anybody had told me, oh, there'll be a time, that what I would like, or what I would consider an ambition, is maybe learning the keyboard. It's the same, because to be fair, I'm not even trying to learn the keyboard to go and play at a concert or anything. I'm very serious. I don't even have any major. I just want to learn to play the keyboard, that's all. So again, it's just this question around ambition, about drive, you know. And I find myself asking, was it because maybe I had like series of rejection regarding the former things I wanted to do, that I decided to shift the goalpost? Or is it just I've just become a different person? Or have I just leaned into this new person, not this new person, into these layers of myself that I didn't know that existed, and then now I'm seeing myself differently? I don't know the answer, but it's just a question I always have at the back of my mind, like, is this really me? Or did I change? Or is it the case that I have now begun to pay more attention to myself, my nature, my personality, and I now see that some of the things that really meant a lot to me then, they don't really mean so much right now, you know. So let me recap, because I try to keep this below 15 minutes. I hope you find this interesting. It's just me rambling anyway. Not rambling, but just me thinking. But recap. So the first thing is, like, I feel like as you grow older and you give yourself, like, you pay attention to yourself, you begin to see layers of yourself, your personality, your desires, and things that you didn't really know existed. And I'm very glad for that. That's one thing that my birthday taught me. I'm like, no, I really want to be a quiet person. The second thing that I want to say the second thing I want to talk about really is just that I can't remember the second thing, but the third thing was really about this ambition thing. I'm serious, and I feel like it really leans into the first thing I was talking about me just finding out about myself and learning things about myself and all. Yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the rambling. I hope you learned or caught one or two things. But what I'm going to say is that definitely, if you really check yourself out, like if you really pay attention to yourself, you see that you're more than what you think you are. So that brings me to the end of this. What should I call it now? Checking in. See you in December 2024 by the grace of God. Don't forget to, if you like this, don't forget to subscribe. I forgot. Oh my God, subscribe to my YouTube channel.